All right, everyone, welcome back. My name's Anthony. This is my shop and my channel. We have a story is she has a normal mechanic, but she's been having trouble with the normal mechanic. I didn't get into all the so I said, hey, let me just start from scratch and check the whole car out and find out what's going on. She brought it in because what she thought was a wheel bearing was actually her brakes were grinding away, and she just had recent oil change done 2,000 miles ago. So here's, if this was my customer, they were in for an oil change. Hey, Mr. and Mr. Customer, or whoever you are, your back brakes are just about shot. You want to service them today or not? No? Okay. On your way. But anyway, she acted like she really didn't understand what was going on, and she may not have. So the miles, and I did a prior road test that the calipers were hanging up and the brakes were wiped out. And at this mileage with this style brake hose, so let me show you. So it has the bracket on the brake hose here. What happens over a period of time, that water, sand, debris, and everything, rust get inside of here and squeeze the hose clamp. The bracket squeezes, bracket doesn't squeeze it. The corrosion and rust and dirt and mud and sand get inside there and starts to make rust, and the rust actually starts to squeeze the hose. So at this mileage, I advised her, hey, well, let's just freshen up the whole back of the braking system. New hoses, new calipers, new pads, new rotors. Everything was grinding. This was hanging up. We couldn't get the hoses aftermarket, so we had to go to the dealership and get them. That's where I was this morning. Said that she was back to the same shop 4 times for the check engine light coming on. And she said EVAP code. I offered to diagnose the problem for her and fix it, and she said she'll have to wait. She also did say that the front brakes were done not that long ago, and it looks like they pad slapped the front of it. So I said, hey, got a pulsation. The pads are okay for now. The back brakes need the attention for some front end noise. And she said, all right, well, we'll just, I'm your new mechanic, and we'll start taking the steps. I also identified oil consumption in 2,000 miles of driving. So I'm going to need to see this car back in 2,000 miles again to see if going from 020 to 530 slows down the oil consumption, and take it from there. All right, so that's a fresh rear brake job going on. Tearing apart the old turbo off of that car. I don't know what that white E350 is for. This here is for a wheel bearing noise, but it's got multiple other issues. Thanks for watching.